Greetings once again, fellow mathletes. We are going to begin video number 3 of our reflection series. So what if we wanted to reflect without a graph? Oh, Jackie Chan, why you make me so mad? It's all right. We're just going to use a compass and a protractor, Jackie Chan. Actually, we're just going to use a compass. Because protractor, why do we need protractor for? That's for measuring angles and angles of rotation. So yeah, Jackie Chan, we're just going to use a compass. So the one thing we need to remember, and this was from some videos a while ago, I think just last video actually, there's two things we got to keep in mind. Is that there is this bisecting aspect of the line of reflection between our pre-image and image coordinates, and there's also this 90-degree perpendicularness, if that's a word, going on with our line of reflection between our pre-image and image coordinates. Okay. So if I just have a point A, and I want to reflect it across line R, how are we going to get that to happen? So here's where you're going to need your compass, okay? So here's the process. First, we need to make 90 degrees, okay? We need 90 degrees here. So how can we make a 90 degree? We need another segment here that goes through A and is perpendicular to line R, right? Because we needed to make a perpendicular piece here. So that's the first part we're going to focus on. So grab your compass, and maybe you remember how to do this, maybe not, but put the pointy end on A here. And does it matter really what distance you set it at right now? No, as long as you're going to cross line R twice, okay? Notice how, let me just go ahead and do it. Just make yourself a little arc there. Well, here, time out. Make mine a little bigger. Okay. Now, we're going to use these 2 points temporarily. They're not there permanently. But now we're going to take our compass and we're going to put the pointy end on each of those 2 points. And you can keep the same compass setting, the same compass distance there, or you can change it, okay? But I'm going to leave it where it's at, okay? And I'm going to make one mark here. And then I'm going to take up my compass and put the pointy end on the other end we originally made there. And I'm going to make another mark. Okay, now, what do we got with all of this mess? Good question, you might ask. Well, we don't need our original, well, pooh, it's all connected. We don't need, if it'll let me unconnect here, there we go. Perfect. We don't need that original arc mark that we made. We don't need those points on the line anymore. The point we need now is where those two, our second and third arc marks, come together. That point isn't the reflected point. Okay? Just keep in mind, you're not done yet. We're almost done. You're not quite done. What we need to do now is you need to use, well, you kind of need to have your protractor here for the straight edge purpose of it, or if you have a ruler handy, that would be excellent. But we need to make a line, a temporary line if you will, connecting together and going beyond that point where those two arcs intersected. Okay? And this is our 90-degree perpendicular going on here. So we got the perpendicular part now. Okay? We've got a 90-degree angle kicked in. Now, we don't need, let's see what's connected anymore. Okay, we don't need this anymore, so you can erase it. We don't need this other arc anymore. You can erase it. I don't need that random arc anymore. Okay. Now what we need to do is the bisected part. We need the distance part to kick in. So now we're going to put our compass back on A, and we need to figure out how far away is A from the line of reflection. So we're going to set our compass that much from point A to the line of reflection. We're going to mark this distance right here. Okay. So we've got that distance set. Now all we need to do is come over here, put the pointy end on the line of reflection itself, and now make our mark. And where everything comes together, which pretty much is right on where we were before, there is A prime. There's our reflected line. Now all we need to do is erase and get rid of any unwanted lines or markings or compass markings or whatever it may be. And so if we actually connected that together, just that piece for right now, this piece would be congruent to that piece. So the line of reflection has bisected A prime. And then line R is also perpendicular to segment A prime. It kind of sounds like AA Ron from that Key and Peele substitute teacher skit. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's pretty funny. If not, look it up on YouTube. All right, let's try one more example together, this time with 2 points instead of 1. I know it's getting crazy. All right, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to decrease. I got to shrink up my compass here. It's just too long. Okay, I'm going to start with B. Why not? Let's start with B. So I put my pointy end on B, and I need to make my compass longer, farther away than my line of reflection. Okay? If not, it's not going to work out. So let's start over here, and we're going to make an arc so that it crosses through our line twice. Okay? Now, from each of those 2 points, I said you can reset, you can make it longer, you can make it probably not shorter, but we'll go this much. I'll make mine a little bit bigger here. So I want to put the pointed end on one of those 2 points, and I'm just going to make a second arc, and then put the pointy end on the other point that's on the line of reflection from the first arc we made, and make a third arc, and I can see where they come together now. All right, sweet. Make a little point there. And now at this point, I can erase and get rid of, oh, not all that, unhook. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of, come on. There we go. Get rid of that. Collectively, let's go through it in the trash can. Okay. Now, I'm going to make myself a little line here from B towards that intersection. There is my perpendicular line. Now I need to, again, set the bisected part. I need my equal distances. So we're going to take our compass, put the pointy end back on B, and we're now going to set it to be right where our perpendicular line meets the line of, come on, meets the line of reflection right there. Perfect. Where it's snugged up right there. So now I've got my compass set. I don't have to make any markings here. I just need to now scoot it over, put the pointy end on that point. Come on, right there. And now I can make my mark. Of course, it's going to be all crazy on me. There. And so that point right there, now I might want to erase that point so I don't confuse it. But that point right there is now equal distance away from B to the line of reflection as it is over here. And so now I can erase this line. I can get rid of course it's going to be connected together. Come on, arc mark. There we go. We don't need you. So now B prime has been fully reflected. What do we do with A? The same thing. We're just doing it all over again. So pointy end on A. We need our compass to be wider than the line of reflection. So we got to stretch it out there just a little bit after it. That's good. And we need to make, we've got a big arc there. Yeah. Let's put our pointy end on one of those meeting spots. And let's make another arc. And again, I didn't change my compass distance here, so I kept it exactly the same. Come down here. Except I'm going to have to move mine kind of pre-ahead here. All right, put my pointy end back on this second spot down here that I originally had. Sweep. So now I've got that point right there. Perfect. It's probably going to be all connected, aren't you? Yeah. So now we can get rid of. Perfect. Get rid of that. We can get rid of our other big arc we originally had over here. Now you can use your straight line tool, connect together. And so we've got the perpendicular part taken care of. Now all we need to do is take care of the distance. Get our bisected kicked in here. So I got my pencil, my virtual pencil. Need to line it up with the line of reflection. Perfect. Distance set. Bring it over here. And so it actually is that point there. So there is A prime. Oh, I should have known. So now we take that, throw it away. So I guess if you want to, we could have stopped once we made the two arc marks. As long as you don't move your compass setting, which I don't know why you would to begin with. So let's all jump back here. When we got to, no, re-forward, fast forward. Let's put this guy back over here. When we were at this point, and we found that point right there, if you don't move your compass setting, that is where A prime is going to be. And you won't have to worry about taking your compass and setting the distance and then marking the mark over here, because that's where it will be. Now, if you move your compass, as I did from B to B prime, then the point that you made originally, where the two arcs marked, won't be where B prime is. Okay? So again, I don't know why you'd want to move your compass in between, but we can kind of knock out one step there. So now what we got to do is connect together our A prime to our B prime. And let's get rid of all of these things here. Are you connected? Are you connected? They're probably connected. No, they're not connected. Are you connected? No, sweet. And now we can see that this distance between B and the line of reflection and the line of reflection of B prime, those look like they're about the same. And if we were to connect a line there, that's a very bad line. That's hand-drawn line. It's looking like it's perpendicular, so we're good. And the same thing is hopefully going to hold true between A and A prime. Again, that's a bad line. But it's looking perpendicular, and it's looking like that distance is congruent to that distance. So we have a good reflection. We have no graph here. This was all done with our compass. And the main thing, again, to focus on is how do you create that 90-degree line from a point to a given line. And that's something we had done in Chapter B earlier when we first focused on constructions. So that is all for reflections overall. We are done. That's video 3. We will move on to our next transformer and our next exciting series of Translations the Transformer, aka Translator. Peace out.